Friends, I have been talking on Ukraine crisis in form of series and otherwise also. Today again, since something new has happened, so I thought I will talk to you. Russian President Putin has announced that he has ordered his military to carry out a special operation in Donbass, that is inside Ukraine. And there has been fire of shells, missiles, and the world, those who are with the Ukraine, US and NATO are claiming that the war has started. In any case, I had told you that US and NATO, their aim is that Russia must be drawn into the war. That they had got this opportunity, and Ukrainian government, one of the most stupid government in the world, has fallen into this trap. And by announcing that they will join NATO, they will invite NATO forces and arms ammunitions in their own country. And they continuously shelled on LPR and DPR, Lugansk and Donetsk Republican regions or Republican countries, now as has been recognized by Russia. There is another country also which has recognized these two newly emerged countries, that is Oceania, but otherwise not even China. Anyway, let us see what are the repercussions. Now, as I have been saying that the development that has been taking place for last about a week or so, LPR, DPR are recognized. Almost 100,000 refugees have crossed from LPR, DPR into Russia. Ukraine continues shelling in these two regions or nations. Where does this energy come from? Where does this courage come from? That we all know now. And the war mania has been raised beyond limit. Even country like Australia claims that war will start within a day. UK opposition leader of Labour Party claims that war is being forced upon Ukraine by Russia. And therefore he says that Russia today, the new channel should be banned in United Kingdom. And it is being supported happily, gladly by the Tories. What a treachery by these guys. And of course, naturally by all other countries of European Union, especially by Germany. Germany is the biggest loser by saying no contract to the oil and gas pipeline from Russia to its own region, which was reducing its cost price on import of these natural gases more than half. But now it has to depend on America. European Union, after its creation, when Britain was its part, had the vision of being another pole in multipolar world after USSR demise. Militarily, economically, politically, but it failed. USA prevailed. Militarily, it got dependent on NATO. NATO, which was, by the way, supposed to be formed to counter communist expansion from USSR. But after the disintegration of USSR, the existence of NATO was redundant. But not only it continued, but it extended its area of operation and even in number of countries. You must see this. This is available in almost all the websites. And in the meantime, the NATO, under the leadership of USA, have attacked many countries, Yugoslavia, Libya, Iraq, Afghanistan, and many other countries, overtly and covertly. No such hue and cry were made, except that the people of USA and European Union, they have come to the road shouting against war, but nothing has happened. So the role of NATO is very clear here. After the demise of USSR, people said that the Cold War era is over. But as long as NATO exists, the Cold War era is not over. It was only down for some time being. Now it is at full-fledged at the highest level. The only country reason, in addition to China, which also tries to be partner of USA in trading, it is Russia which is opposing the US might militarily. Russia, despite being capitalist country, is yet not showing its imperialist character, except that monopoly capitalism, yes, it has risen. And therefore, naturally, here is the question of what is the role of China, what it is doing. It is trying to steer a different course, undoubtedly away from the USA and NATO, but also away from China. Away from the Russia. It should have full-fledgedly supported Russia on this issue, but no, it didn't. I don't know how Russian government is going to take. How about India? You know it. You should know it if you don't know it. And how about the role of the people of the world, especially that of Ukraine, who are going to face the maximum brunt of this war if the war breaks out into full-fledged war? And the European Union, people of European Union and people of USA, do they want that some profit benefit that comes from the war should be shared by them? Some crumb of that? Well, Islamophobia is down, except in few countries like in India, where it has risen beyond any limit. But globally it is down. More so after USA withdrew from Afghanistan, withdrawing from Syria. And Arab countries have lied low in last 4 or 5 years during Trump's era. There has been lots of closeness with the Arab countries, so they can't be raising Islamophobia. But Russophobia, it was required for the sustenance of and hegemony of USA, United States of America, the biggest imperialist country since Second World War and a terrorist entity. By the way, the question comes, are you missing USSR? If yes, then which USSR, which was a socialist or social imperialist? Well, friends, this is the time you should, wherever you are in the world, oppose war. You can't support the war unless you're talking about class war. Don't worry, I'm not going to talk about that. But you should oppose war. War weakens you. If you are in share, I am not for the share market, but if you're in share, that has already crashed again. The oil prices in India has been checked because of the ongoing election in 5 states. The moment this election is over, you will have somewhere close to 125 rupees per liter or even more. And even other commodities, the prices will rise. And like pandemic of coronavirus and lockdown era, where the laws were made against the labor power, against the labor, many more laws will come in disguise of either supporting or opposing the international phenomena, that is this war I am talking about. You will have other laws in which you will lose your employment, your purchasing power, your health care facilities, your children's education, your democratic right in toto. You are being pauper more and more as the day is passing, because either you support right wing or you have become neutral. Thank you, friends.